Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I am excited to be here with you and share how to make a trifold fun fold easily. Welcome to Simply Cards by Kathy. I'm Kathy Ondas, and today is August 18th, 2023. So today I'm going to show you that trifold using the Cheerful Daisies bundle. And we're going to use the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. And I'm going to show you how to use the one piece of Designer Series paper. But you can do this by using any Designer Series paper and just about any stamp set. So I am going to flip this camera down in a second and we're going to get started. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you found me. I hope you'll enjoy today's cards. And if you are returning or catching me on the replay, thank you so much for your support and helping me grow my channel. So I am going to flip this camera down and let's get started. Okay, what you see when we flip the camera down is the annual catalog. I just wanted to show you what I'm using. It is on page 111. It is the daisies. We're going to use this small daisy here and die cut it out, but we're using the Designer Series paper. So let's get started. The camera got bumped. All right, so I did not cut ahead of time because I wanted to be able to show you what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring in my cutter and I am going to open it up. And hopefully you can see that. I know there's a little bit of glare there. Now, I decided to use the Designer Series paper with the Moody Mauve and some Bubble Bath, and all of them pretty much have copper clay. And I am going to use the back side. So I'm going to cut this to be able to use the whole thing. Now, in the description below by 6 o'clock tonight, there will be a link that'll take you over to my website where you will see measurements, supplies, and a downloadable PDF. If you don't have a piece of Designer Series paper where you want to use the front and back, you can simply cut the strips from any Designer Series paper. Hi, Pat. Welcome. And you're right, this is pretty DSP. But you can use any Designer Series paper, and I will have the measurements there for you. So we're going to cut this to 5 1/4 by 11. So let's go ahead and where's my 5 1/4 here? Here it is. And we're going to cut this. And then because I opened up the arm, we're going to take this down to 11 and cut that. Okay. Next, we need to cut some strips. So we're going to cut one strip at 1.5 inches. And just sit back, relax. Remember, this is all going to be in that PDF. So 1.5 inches. And then we're going to cut another strip or another piece at 4 inches. We're going to cut 2 at 1 inch. And then the last one that's left should be 3.5 inches. And it is. So we should be good. Now, our cardstock, I chose to use Moody Mauve with this. Now, hang with me through to the end because you're going to see 3 more cards that some using this different paper from that Designer Series paper and some using others. Now this we need to be 5.5 by 11. So we have an 8.5 by 11. So we just need to bring it to 5.5. All right. Now we need to score it. So our first score is going to be at 1.25. So let's do that. Our next score line is at 5.5. And then our last score line is at 9.25. So I'm going to open that back up. And we are ready to start creating. All right, let's get rid of this for now. All right, so here is your cardstock. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold in the middle in half. And I am going to burnish that with my bone folder. Okay. Then next, we're going to fold this one to the inside. And let's burnish that one. Okay. And now this one is going to get folded back, the last one. So we're going to burnish that. So here is the basis for your trifold card. Now we're going to attach the designer series paper. And this is such a quick, easy, fun card because you're letting the designer series paper do most of the work for you. So if you remember, this is a 1.25 inch. So we're going to attach a 1 inch to that. And let's bring that in here. And I'm just going to use my multi-purpose glue. You can use whatever adhesive you like using the best. I use the glue because it allows me to kind of slide things around a little bit if I don't get it right where I want it. And you're just going to give yourself an edge that all the way around. So I'm going to take my opposite paper. Now, I liked using this color because it using the opposite side. But again, if you don't, feel free to cut the strips from any designer series paper. So let's go ahead and we're going to lay this one down. I hope you have some fun plans for the weekend, something that will give you some joy and happiness, that you'll be able to have some fun. So there's that. Now on this side, this is the 4-inch one. So I am going to, lay this down here. And I'm going to line up my edges so that they're pretty even because they're going to carry all the way across. So let's add some glue to this. And lay this here. All right. Now over here is going to be the wild wheat, the 1.5 inch. And then we're going to flip it over on the back. And we are going to add the 3.5 inch right here, but the flowers. All right. So we got through that. Okay. All right. Let's get this on here. Looks upside down. Let's flip it around. Looks a little better there. Okay. So let's get this on and make sure it is really down. All right. So here is our card. That's the basis for our card. So So on the inside, we're going to take a piece of white that is 3.5 by 5.25. And that's going to be for our greeting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp a little flower on here. And since I do have Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve, I'm going to use 2 colors. This is a 2-step stamp. And I'm just going to put a little daisy in that lower corner. So let's do that. I'm going to use the Bubble Bath for my base. And I'm just going to stamp right in here. And I am going to stamp off. So I'm only going to get part of the flower in the corner. And then I'm going to come in with my Moody Mauve. And I'm just going to line that up. And I'm going to bring it in just a little bit closer to me so I can line it up. And that looks pretty good. It might be off a little bit. Now for my greeting, I'm going to take a greeting. I might leave it blank for now till I see how I'm going to use that. And then we're going to just go ahead and stick this on our center. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to show you, we're going to do a belly band. And then I'll show you 3 other cards. So let's adhere this right in here. All right, so here's the base of our card. Now for a belly band, when I trimmed off my Moody Mauve, I had a strip left. So I'm going to cut a 1 1/4 inch strip of Moody Mauve here. And we're going to use that as our belly band. Now on one of the cards I'm going to show you, I actually used a ribbon to keep it closed. And I'm going to just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crease, make a crease with this. And I'm just going to go ahead and start to fold this around. Okay. And then I can go ahead. You don't want it, you want to leave enough play that this is going to slide pretty easily off and on. So let's do that. I put a crease in there. And I am going to take my bone folder and just sharpen it up a little bit. So let's wrap this back around where we want it. That looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is just trim this off with a scissors. And then I'm going to adhere it with adhesive. So I think I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus for this. And I'm just going to put a couple of these down. And I'm going to just overlap it. Whoops, there we go. Bring my belly band up so it's more even. Okay, here's our band. Now to finish it up, I have a 1-inch strip of basic white here that we're gonna, it's 1 by 4, and we're gonna go ahead and cut that. That's what we're gonna use. And I'm going to stamp a greeting. And I'm going to use a greeting from the Cheerful Daisy stamp set. Let's use Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. So with my photopolymer stamps, I always kind of line them up on my grid to be able to make sure that they're straight. And then I'm just going to pick it up. Now I'm going to use copper clay because I think that'll pick up some of the copper clay in the paper, and it'll be a nice contrast. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're just going to add some adhesive to this. And I'm going to stick it on right here in the middle. Now I pulled in the 2023-2025 gems or dots. And let's add one using the Moody Mauve. We're just going to pull up a medium and add that here, and maybe one on the other side. So here's our triple fun fold. Let's move this out of the way. And your band slides off and your card opens up like that. Now let me show you a couple others that I made. In fact, I forgot to add, I stamped a flower to that. So let's put that flower on. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to that. And we're going to pop this on here, so that when we put our belly band back on, we now have one of the daisies there with it. There's that. So here's another one. This one is the same paper, but using the copper clay. And when I take it off, I had added a greeting in here, your friendship means everything. And then here's another one using the same paper, but it's the boho blue with copper clay. And I did the daisy. But here's a different one using the paper. Oh my gosh, the name escapes me. But this one I did with a ribbon. So here I used the Misty Moonlight braided ribbon, and I adhered it with some of the Stampin' Seal Plus, and it is back behind the bow here so that you can't see it. And that's how I closed this one up. And then with this, I used the countryside corners and cut just a little flap to open it up. So several ways you can use to make your cards that's triple fun folds. So let me bring you back to me. I'm going to put these all out here. I hope you enjoyed today's fun fold, even though we had to start over and do a little bit more with it. It's a quick and easy fun fold, and it lets your designer series paper do a lot of the work for you. So hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back with you on Tuesday, and see you soon.